Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to read off the questions. Uh-oh, we're live. Yikes. I'm scared.
Hello.
Yay.
Here.
Welcome.
Welcome to the best committee.
Oh my god.
Just
You're not wrong though.
The best.
Wait, what? Are you reading the comments? I want to read it.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, reading the comments? Oh no.
Gosh, we have less than a minute.
Oh my god. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh my gosh, are people posting?
Hi everyone.
I feel like this has been the longest minute ever. Okay, it's officially 10 p.m. Yay! Okay, are we all ready?
Yep.
Okay, yay! Okay, hello everyone. Thank you all for attending our webinar. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So our webinar is called Let's Talk About Mental Health. So in spirit of this year's DSI, we're gonna focus on one of the core components of personal health, which is mental health. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we will go ahead and start off with meet your host. So I will go ahead and start off. So my name is Samantha Ruiz. I'm a fourth year at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And I love this year's DSI because it reminds me to set aside time to take care of myself every single day, which is definitely important because it's the little actions that we do every single day that really contribute to our overall health in the long run.
Hey everybody, I am Arlene Anguiano. I am a fourth year at UC Santa Cruz, and I love this year's DSI because it reminds us that our health and our well-being is very important. Each and every one of us are extremely important, and we should take care of each other.
Hi everyone, my name is Mariela Batakin. I am a third year at Orange Coast College, and I also love this year's DSI because just like Arlene and Samantha, I do think that personal health is really important, and it's good for us to be more educated. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Zena Amran. I am a third year at UC Berkeley, and I love the DSI because it promotes self-care, and that is something that we often forget about. So it does teach us how to be the best that we can be.
Yay. Okay. So we'll go ahead and thank you everyone, first of all, for sharing. Okay, so first we're going to talk about like what is mental health. So essentially, mental health includes all of our emotional, like psychological and social well-being. Having good mental health is really important because it can help you fulfill fundamental tasks and functions like the ability to learn. I don't know about any of you, but when I'm like super stressed out and I'm sitting in class, it's really hard for me to focus. So it definitely helps with like learning and just having that really good attention for learning. It can also help you form healthy relationships with others, which in turn also strengthens your mental health. Mental health essentially is just as important as physical health. There's been a lot of stigma over the years in regards to mental health and like how we should treat it, but really we should treat our minds just as we treat like any other physical ailment we have, such as a broken arm, because if you don't treat it, it won't heal, and therefore it'll cause like pain in your life. So you want to make sure that you treat your mental health with the same amount of care that you would like any other body part. Okay, So the next thing we're going to talk about is why is mental health important? So this part of the webinar, we would like to engage the audience a little bit. So first, I want to ask all of you in the comments to post like, why is mental health important to you? It can really be for any reason. There's definitely no right or wrong answer to this question. So kind of give you all a minute to just like post your response in the comment section. Okay, again, for those of you who may not have like heard or just maybe joining the webinar, we're going over why is mental health important. So I just want you all to kind of like think about this and post that in the comment section. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just for you to reflect on why your own like mental health is really important to you. Again, for those of you who may not have heard or just maybe joining the webinar, we're going over why is mental health important. So I just want you all to kind of like think about this and post that in the comment section. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just for you to reflect on why your own like mental health is really important to you. Okay, thank you all so much for sharing why your mental health is important to you. If you're in the middle of a response or you still want to post something, you're just joining, please feel free to continue submitting. Okay, so we'll go ahead. In addition to everything that you all said, these are just the reasons why we came up. Personally, why we all feel that mental health is important. So ultimately, mental health really does affect how we feel, think, and act. It also helps us determine how we can handle stress, how we relate to others, and also how we make choices. So if we have good mental health, we are also like more likely to have like healthier lifestyles. So like, you know, eating healthier, getting more physical activity, things like that. Also greater productivity, which is really important. I know we all struggle with like school and procrastinating. So if you have good mental health, it can kind of help you be more productive and hopefully minimize some of the stress that comes along with procrastinating. Improves quality of life overall. Also like physical health. So kind of again, relating it back to like having a healthier lifestyle and eating better and also getting more physical activity. Higher educational attainment. So like I mentioned earlier, sometimes when you're really stressed or you're going through something, you know, mentally, sometimes that it affects your ability to like learn in class, and that can be really like hard and add to your stress overall. It can also help you create like a positive self-image and confidence, because if you feel good mentally, you're going to feel good physically as well. So also better eating and sleeping habits, which are really important. I know as college students, a lot of us don't get enough sleep usually. So that's also really like a fundamental component of good health. And then also building strong relationships, which is really important because if we have strong relationships like our friends, our families, significant others, that also improves our overall health as well. Okay, so next I'm going to introduce Mariella, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about stress.
Okay, hi everyone. So for stress, many of you guys already know what stress is, but essentially stress is a state of, you know, mental or emotional strain or tension that results from the kind, or like is where your body responds to mental wait sorry no emotional or mental strain from a demand or threat from your body. And sometimes your body can either take it in a good way or in a bad way. And of course, stress is not always a bad thing. There's actually two types of stresses that you can characterize. There's one the first one is eustress, which is a positive short-term stress that can motivate or excite and improve your performance. And then the second one is distress, where it's negative, short or long-term stress that can cause anxiety or concern, feels unpleasant, decrease performance, and that can lead to mental or physical problems. Next slide. Okay. There are some things that can cause your body to be united. Oh no, there's some things that can cause you some stresses around you basically. The first one being is school, of course. Everything is impacted. We are in college, so everything is fast paced. Some are in the quarter system, some are in the semester system. So assignment deadlines do get like very, very crammed all at once. And then there's quizzes, midterms, exams, and essays depending on your major. And then also your busy schedule. You know, if you're a student you're a full-time student, you tend to take a lot of classes, and it does take a lot of effort to to do your homework, to do study groups and stuff, and it can build up to the point where you just lose your mind at once. Because I know we all lose our minds because we are just there, college students, everything. And then overly high expectations. We do have that strong, or like that mindset where you want to do everything you could to, like, I don't know, finish all your homework out at this day or study for this test. And sometimes we overplan things, and over planning it can give us more stress, because just thinking of it is like, I have to do all of this by today. It's just like, no, I can't. And then you're gonna take breaks, and then you're not gonna do all of it, and it's just more stress because you're gonna do last minute. So that's a no good. And then also the next topic is work. If you're a part-time student and you're working, it can also add stress, because work is a professional field where you get judged every second you do. So arriving late can affect one of them, being your attitude for your customers. Whether you're having a bad day and you reflect it back to them, they can complain to your manager. It can cause you your job. Expectations. It is a professional field, so you are required to live up to their expectations because you are representing for their companies. So it's a lot more. There's a lot of things on your plate that for your work too. Because you're just an employee to them. And if you don't do good on that, you won't get money, and you won't pay for college or food or go shopping. And that sucks. But you know what? All the stress comes out, and it's just okay. And then the next one is personal life. We are people. We do have our own lives sometimes, not only school or work. We do extracurriculars outside of school, whether it's you're in a dance team, you're in a musical band, or you have any other things you can think of, extracurricular sports or something. You also have relationship with your friends, your best friend, long distance. It's hard to keep up with them at times because you barely have enough time for them, and they barely have enough time for you. And then you guys barely talk, and it's sad, and it stresses you out because that is that one person that you talk to when you have a problem. And it's just like, who can I talk to about this? It's just, and then there's romantic relationships. Sorry, I'm laughing. But the romantic relationships, it can get hard sometimes as well. Keeping like balancing your relationship with other people and school and work, but it all adds. I mean, it's. Wait, I don't know how to end this, but can you go to the next slide? Next slide. Okay. Wait, is it going? Okay. And how does stress affect you? It's the most dangerous thing about stress is how easily it can creep up on you. You can get used to it, it starts to feel familiar, even normal. You don't notice how much it's affecting you, even as it takes a heavy toll. That's why it's important to be aware of a common warning signs and symptoms of stress overload. The first things right there is cognitive symptoms. It can cause memory problems, inability to concentrate, poor judgment, seeing the only negative, or anxious, racing thoughts, or constant worrying. Sometimes cognitive symptoms is usually caused by if you're having midterms or like midterm seasons and finals, that's when you start thinking like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it, I'm not gonna pass this class, blah blah blah, and then you procrastinate on studying, and then you forget few things about like your topics and stuff. So and then you blank out on your test, and you start panicking and like anxious and racing thoughts. So that's how one of cognitive symptoms cause your can affect in your life. The emotional symptoms, depression, general unhappiness, anxiety, agitation, moodiness, irritability or anger, feeling overwhelmed, loneliness and isolation, or a mental or other mental or emotional health problems. So for emotional symptoms, it the way stress affects your emotional symptoms emotionally, it can result in a really really bad situation, because it does affect your mental health and the way you think. You start to overthink things, and you start to just isolate yourself from everyone because you don't think that anyone is feeling the same way as you are right now. So you tend to not talk to anyone about your problems, and then you build all this stress on yourself, and it just builds up, and it leads to worse situations, um, mental health situation. So yeah, and then physical symptoms, aches and pains, diarrhea or constipation, nausea and dizziness, chest pains and rapid heart rate, frequent colds or flu, loss of sex drive. So for physical symptoms, the way stress can affect it is that because you are working your body to the max, you're not keeping your body healthy. So you're probably not eating 3 meals a day, eating chocolates or any sweets just to keep your stomach not grumbling, and drinking coffee for the rest of the day, not eating anything, or energy drinks or anything like that can cause your body to um, not work as you want it to be in a way. So it can damage your physical body as well as your mental health. And then the last one is behavioral symptoms. Eating more or less, I think everyone can relate to this category the most. Sleeping too much or too little, withdrawing from others, procrastinating or neglecting responsibilities, using alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs, and nervous habits. As college students, so we do relate to this symptom the most because we find it more convenient for us to do any of the things that I just mentioned, like eating more, stress eating. Oh my God. I think 99% of the college students stress eat a lot, and it's really bad because it's so unhealthy for you. Like I said, you do tend to just eat energy bars or any desserts or sweets, that anything that's small and like not healthy or not nutritious for you, we tend to eat that because, you know, it gives us that, what is that? The pleasure feeling, I guess, or your stomach to stop rumbling. So we just tend to do those habits and, tend to eat those, and then we fall into the habit, and then they're sleeping, we stay up late all the time, and it just ruins our sleeping schedule. But yeah, there's a lot of ways stress can really affect you and your body, mental and physical. So yeah, try to stay away from those and try to talk to people that you think that can help you out and not fall into those habits. But yeah, next up, Arlene will be talking next.
Thanks, Mariella. So as Mariella mentioned, stress can lead to other situations. Stress can lead to mental disorders, and two common ones are anxiety and depression. Anxiety is when feelings of nervousness, uneasiness, and fear are difficult to control. These feelings begin to interfere with someone's daily routine and other activities. Many people first develop symptoms of an anxiety disorder during childhood. On the other hand, depression is strong feelings of sadness and loss of interest in activities that are usually enjoyable to the person. It can also lead to an inability to function at work and home. On average, the first symptoms appear during the late teens to mid-20s, and it's estimated that 1 in 6 people will experience depression at some time in their lives. So with all this stress, what are some ways we can maintain our stress levels low? If you go to the next slide. So first off, I would like to say that remember that stress is normal. You're going to feel stress, and it's not something that is unusual or makes you different from anybody else. But do not ignore your feelings or symptoms. Talk to someone about how you feel. Eating, exercising, and sleeping regularly helps you maintain your body full of energy to go about your day. Do an activity you really like to do. I don't know if this counts as an activity, but I really like to watch comedy specials. Having a good laugh really helps me relieve stress. And also replace negative self-talk with positive self-talk. Each and every one of us are wonderful, amazing human beings, so don't ever forget that. And lastly, set realistic goals and break them down to manageable tasks. Remember, while working and studying, set some time for self-care to recharge. So another tip, and it's on our next slide, the one that has helped me so far this school year is positivity. So a lot of people usually tell me that I'm too serious, that I should be a little bit more positive, so I decided to try it out. Actually, I found out that keeping a positive attitude helps maintain not only your self-esteem and confidence, but energy levels too. And there are many ways to stay positive. You can wake up in the morning, say something you're thankful for. I am thankful to eat once again. Think of the positive side of situations and keep away from negative thoughts. Be healthy, exercise, meditate, do whatever you love to do, and show off that beautiful smile. I really like to use the phrases, you got this, I know you can do it, today is going to be amazing. And that keeps my spirits up as I usually stay on campus for about like 12 hours. So I really need to keep my positivity up. So with all this positivity, I'm fully motivated to start my day. So Zena, can you tell us a little bit about motivation?
Thank you, Arlene. I would love to. All right, motivation. So it is a condition of being motivated. This can include thinking high above, striving for the best, having the desire to do things, taking initiative, being a leader, reducing stress, and just believing in yourself. So what I do is I think about something that I really, really want, and I remember why I do the things that I do. So I look at my day, and my day consists of all kinds of responsibilities like school, extracurriculars, along with all the pressures that go along with that. Sometimes it all feels like too much, as if I put too much on my plate. And sometimes it feels like you can't finish. But I always have to remind myself why I fill my days the way I do. I remember how much I really do learn in my classes and how I can apply what I learned to future discussions and future tasks. Future tasks. So my extracurriculars may feel overwhelming at times, but I have learned so many valuable lessons from them and met so many inspiring individuals. And I do what I do because it makes me the person that I am today. And I want to continue my personal development, and that is what motivates me. And just know that with motivation comes a very positive end goal, and it's always worth it at the end. So a couple of mechanisms is just basically delete the word can't. It shouldn't be in your vocabulary. Obviously, like, it doesn't take a day to delete the word can't, but try to remember that, you know, you can change it to I will, or it hasn't happened yet. Usually with no motivation comes just too much going on. So what you can do is you can spread out all your tasks with something as simple as a planner. And for each day, you just designate a couple of tasks and spread them out throughout the week. And that's how you can efficiently complete your tasks, as well as, you know, in a timely manner when it's not also jumbled. So just, and from there, another way to help cope with the stresses of everyday life, I would like to introduce meditation. So basically, meditation is where an individual operates or trains the mind to realize some benefit, or for the mind to simply acknowledge its content. So when you're sitting in class or you're trying to do one of your readings, you sometimes go about a whole page and completely doze off, and because of all these thoughts in your head. And what meditation does, it helps basically discriminate which thoughts. So a lot of times when a thought comes across, we usually focus on that thought or try to remove it. And what meditation does, it lets it pass. It lets it go without you really truly noticing it, and then you can focus on your tasks at hand. So mindful meditation can help ease psychological stresses like anxiety, depression, and pain. And you could do meditation only 3 minutes a day. There are many links on YouTube. There's an app called Headspace which is very effective and helps you guide you through meditation. And there are multiple types of meditations like relaxation, focused attention, and origin and meaning. So today we are going to do our own little segment of meditation. And this segment would be a relaxation meditation. All right. So everyone get ready. So take a few moments just to get comfortable. You can even lie down if you like. And once you're there, just take a few minutes to relax your body and clear your mind. Now begin with a few slow, deep breaths. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Feel your abdomen and lungs expand. Each time you breathe in, breathe all the way down into your stomach. After drawing in a long, deep breath, allow your breath to flow back out through your mouth. Just let go of each breath, and with it, release any tension or stress you've been holding on to. Now slowly draw in a deep breath. Fill your lungs and abdomen with air. As you release that breath, completely close your eyes. Breathe in once again. Fill your body with air. And when you are ready, release the breath. Let it flood out naturally. Breathe all the way out until your lungs are empty. Let's draw in a third and final deep breath. Feel yourself relaxing as you gradually release the breath. Now let your breathing return to a normal rhythm as we begin to scan over your entire body, looking for areas of tension to release. As I mention each body part, I invite you to bring your awareness to it and relax it as deeply as you can. You don't need to concentrate intensely on this task. Just feel or imagine a sensation of relaxation and relief moving through each part of your body. Pay attention to your jaw for a moment. Mentally connect with this part of your body and relax it. Allow your jaw muscles to loosen and let go. Now let your attention wander to the muscles in your face. Allow your eye muscles to release and let your cheeks and forehead relax. Let this peaceful feeling flow slowly down your neck. Feel it soothe your throat and dissolve any tension as it slowly glides down to your shoulders. Let your shoulders go. Now bring your awareness to your arms. Feel and imagine them becoming loose and limp. They are relaxed and at peace. All the way from your shoulders, through your wrists, to the tip of your fingers. Now focus on the muscles in your back, all those muscles surrounding your spine. Just let those muscles relax and let go. Now bring your awareness to your chest and all the muscles that surround your rib cage. As you breathe in and out, feel your chest gently rise and fall. Let your stomach soften and relax with each breath. Feel it releasing tension as each moment passes. Now bring your attention to your thighs. Imagine all those strong supporting muscles beginning to relax and unwind. Your knees, your calves, your feet, let them all relax. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Thank you all for giving the time for yourselves to participate in this activity. Mindful meditation helps create a space in our minds to reduce demands by discriminating what is essential and by training our minds to use mental resources. This concludes the webinar. Whoever has any questions, please type them into the chat bar. If anyone has any answers to these questions, please feel free to chime in. Right now we have our Q&A. You guys can ask any questions about the webinar, anything about mental health, although we're not professionals. So we will let you know if you should talk to a professional. But yeah, any questions you guys may have at all. So I see that we have a question. So what are our favorite activities for keeping a healthy mind? So for me, I like to basically treat myself. And when I mean treat myself, not necessarily go out and spend money, but just do something nice. So maybe I'll go outside and read my readings for homework, or maybe I'll go to a coffee shop and relax. I just basically do the things that I really like to do. I make sure to leave time for myself because, we have so much going on, and it's really important to take a break because like we take breaks with our bodies when we go running, for instance, we should give our mind a break.
Okay, so something I guess I really like to do is I like to go to the gym. I usually try to make time for it at least 4 to 5 times a week, just because I feel like that's, the 1 hour-ish a day that I could really get to dedicate fully to myself, not to like school or work or anything else. So that's become really important to me, just as a way to like de-stress and just dedicate that time to myself every single day. Because like Zena said, we do need to be able to take a break from kind of like the regular routine of our lives. So.
For me, I do have favorite activities that I like to do that I miss doing. One of them is just having a movie marathon, whether with a friend or by myself. So I am a movie junkie, so I don't have enough time when school session starts. So I try to keep a list of like movies I ever wanted to watch it, and then I'll just watch it all in one day and just like not talk to anyone, like in my little girl cave and just watch movies. So yeah.
All right, there is another question. So about mental breakdown or nervous breakdowns. I've had a few in my time, and what I found that really helps is to basically notice that there is a problem and that I should seek help for that problem. And it doesn't necessarily have to be professional help, but it helps to tell someone about this. Talk to someone that you trust deeply and talk it out and vent. And a lot of the times nervous breakdowns happen because you're bottling so much in. So I highly recommend always talking to a trusted friend or family member. I know a lot of schools offer free sessions for therapy, and those are extremely helpful. So I would definitely take advantage of those resources. As I said about the nervous breakdowns, so everyone's a little harsh on themselves sometimes, and it's important just to know, just to not be. I mean, you shouldn't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. You do have to take care of yourself just know that you deserve the best possible. And once you recognize that you do deserve the best, you will treat yourself as best you can. And once you do that, you can take certain steps to be a lot easier on yourself, because you deserve that. I mean, we go through a lot in everyday lives, and we shouldn't be too hard. And once again, always talk to someone. I've always found that helps so much, just letting it out all on the table, because a lot of times we bottle up these feelings, and we go a little bit too hard on yourself. And just know that you're never a burden on someone that loves you. So all right, I do have one other suggestion. So the District Service Committee has created a way to send very helpful messages on a weekly basis. We did post links on every divisional page. I would highly recommend checking that out. All you have to do is click on the link, download the app, and every week you will receive messages that have to do with self-care. So this past message, we sent out a message on meditation. We sent out resources, how it helps your mental state, as well as what it is. And there will be more on physical health and more on mental health as well. So if you ever need random tips every now and then, or just something to boost your week up, it starts every Monday morning. Mondays are hard. I would highly recommend just clicking on that link and signing up.
Okay. Also, so as you all know, it is Service Unity Week this week. So we are focusing specifically on this year's district service initiative, which is Be the Change Personal Health. So essentially this week we really are trying to theme it in a way that really encourages all of you to share your stories and share how you've been able to grow in terms of your personal health, and also just to remind yourself to take care of yourself. So tomorrow's theme is going to be, I think it's Treat Yourself Thursday. So essentially, we're just encouraging all of you to go out and do something nice for yourself, whether that's going to the gym, I don't know, treating yourself out to ice cream, or just do something to make you happy, just because, like Zena said earlier, you deserve that in your lives, and you deserve to, do little things for yourself that make yourself feel better, even if it's just randomly one day. You don't have to just reward yourself on big occasions, just make sure to take care of yourself periodically too. And then we also have other themes for Friday and Saturday as well. So we'll definitely be posting. The Facebook event page is out for that. And then also you'll see how members are kind of progressing throughout the week with their own Facebook posts. So be sure to engage in that. I feel like it's really helpful. It's really opened my perspective this week to just kind of see how everyone else has really grown in their own personal health, and kind of how we're all in this together, really trying to encourage each other to achieve the best versions of ourselves, and remind ourselves to, be kind to our own self and our, one another as well. Also, if you are participating in Service Unity Week and you're making posts on Instagram or Facebook, just be sure to hashtag Service Unity Week 17, because we are going to be giving out, the winner will be chosen at random. So the more times you post, the greater chance you'll have to win. And whoever wins will get a Hydro Flask in the color of their choice. So if you want that person to be you, definitely still continue posting And yeah, I think that's about it. If you have any questions about Service Unity Week or the DSI or anything at any time, you can always feel free to reach out to anyone on the District Service Committee, and we'd definitely be more than happy to help you out, even if it's outside of this webinar or anything else that's going any other time during the year. So I believe if no one else has any other questions or comments or anything, we can go ahead and conclude our webinar. Thank you all so much for coming out. We really appreciate y'all like listening to us and, you know, really making the effort to improve your mental health and overall, like, you know, your personal health too. So thank you. We hope you all have a really good rest of your night.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Love yourselves. We all love you.
Stay positive. You're beautiful.
You're all beautiful.
You're beautiful.